Hi guys, it's Simon here. I realise that it's been a really long while since I've made my last YouTube video. School just started this week and I had to get in prep for that as well, and then rehearsals are going to be coming in later than ever before, so these are going to have to start coming really later than expected. But let's not worry about that now. Let's count on the fact that I'm back, and that's the important thing. So, given that I missed Monday's upload, let's jump in to what we would usually do on a Monday. The anticipated return of the Simon K Spotlight. Now essentially what this is that I go through the entertainment news of the past week and analyse it in my own kind of weird Simon K-ish way. Some of it will be funny and some of it will just be miss. But, you know, that's the way we run things here. So, without further ado, let's jump into what the entertainment industry has got served for me this week. Starting off with that fan favourite show, RuPaul's Drag Race. In reports going around on several sites, the Season 7 winner, Violet Chachki, has revealed who she wants in a romantic partner. Here's a hint. It's not me. Good luck to whoever gets her, so... Anyway, moving on. To the X Factor UK. Apparently, Season 11 contestants and power couple, Stevie Ritchie and Chloe-Jasmine, have announced their engagement this week. The couple were reportedly very happy as they are eligible to benefit from rival reality star Big Brother's Kimberly Kesevich's absent honeymoon. Moving on from Miss Kesevich to the Wizard of Oz. I don't know how that works in though. Unless Kimberly's somehow going to be swept away in a gale if she loses her deportation case. Sorry. No, really, I love Kimberly. She's a really good person. Anyway, to the Wizard of Oz. The ruby slippers used in the iconic film have apparently been stolen from their museum in Minnesota. A US $1.3 million reward has been set to whoever claims them and returns them to their rightful place in the museum. This, however, will come in handy when you have to bail out of prison for digging up Judy Garland's grave to locate them. A nice twist on the phrase, "There's no place like home." Moving from that to The Voice, which started in Australia quite a few weeks ago. And already there have been problems. Delta Goodrem has already had 2 breakdowns on the show due to the hard-loving attitude of coach Jessie J, who many UK fans will know did the UK version for 2 seasons, before being kicked out and replaced with Kylie. Well, at least 2 good things came out of that. I'll leave you to guess what those are. Anyway, Jessie J, the self-confessed Simon Cowell wannabe, ended up on the wrong singing show as Chris Isaac, a real legitimate singing legend by the way, was casted into X Factor instead of Miss J. So, if you want anyone to blame Seven for actually casting real legends, Miss J. Sorry about it. And speaking of Simon Cowell, he's reportedly in distress this week over the loss of his mother, Julie. X Factor UK auditions have been cancelled, and his partner, Lauren Silverman, has acquired a job as a child psychologist, which will come in handy as she prepares her son Eric to deal with being fatherless by the age of 10. I realised that one was a little bit below the belt. Sorry. No, seriously. Hang on, let me just check. Nothing from the Facebook feed. We'll move on to something that really ticked me last week. Wimbledon. Apparently, Nick Kyrgios's behaviour was negatively called out by ex-Olympic swimmer and professional loudmouth Dawn Fraser, who said that the tennis player needs to go back to where his parents came from. Now, Miss Fraser has a habit of slagging off young Olympic competitors who are so much better than her, proof being with Stephanie Rice during the Celebrity Apprentice when she said that she was being disrespectful, but in honesty she wasn't. It eventually swung around to bite Dawn hard on the ass when Stephanie ended up winning the show. So good on Miss Stephanie Rice. Apparently, according to my nan as well, Miss Fraser isn't precisely innocent. When she was like really young and all over the place, she broke into kind of like this establishment in Japan and nicked something from there. But enough of what Miss Fraser did. SBS are currently in the process of scouting Miss Fraser, however, for the spin-off of hit show Go Back to Where You Came From. This new, rather intense version called Go Back to Where You Came From and Fucking Stay There. This show, which involves racist loudmouths being shoved back up their mothers' vaginas and permanently staying there, has been very well received by network executives. So, good luck to her with that. Moving on to keeping up with the Kardashians, which is something we don't go enough into here. Apparently, Kylie Jenner was heartbroken this week after her boyfriend Tyga reportedly had dick pics leaked, which were sent to transgender model Mia Isabella. Whilst Tyga went the wrong way about his and Mia's relationship, you don't cheat on your current girlfriend. Like, come on, that's just not right. It's good to see that Tyga, however, is accepting of the LGBT community. Unlike others on Twitter last week, those people know exactly who they are. I don't need to call them out. So, on behalf of everyone here, Tyga, shag as many transgender ladies as you want. Or don't. What the hell do I care? It's how the world has to deal with Kim Kardashian. What the hell do I care? Moving on to the second last part of this spotlight, and I know it's running really quickly, but I don't want my thing to collapse again and me to have to do two parts. We're moving on to Ariana Grande now. This pop starlet came under fire for a donut tasting experiment to check America's obesity levels. After uttering that she hates America, Grande has apparently received so much backlash that she was forced into posting an apology, both written and verbal, after which the hashtag We Forgive You Ariana trended at the top spot worldwide. Ex-Park and Recreation star Rob Lowe has refused to accept the apology. However, don't you think it's a little bit odd when Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine does this? It's all fine. Hashtag double standards. And it's true, he did that. Go on and look up some The Voice Season 4 clips, because there's one result show where two of his acts are in the bottom three that he utters it. And he got off a lot less than what Ariana did. So, at least put that into perspective. If you didn't lambast Adam and you lambasted Ariana, get your priorities straight. You can't say one without the other. And finally, and this is a big note for me to end on finally, so hold on to your heads. This shit's about to get real. We're going back into the land of CM Punk, everyone's favourite straight-edge wrestler. And I say everyone's loosely because yet another person has been trying to bag CM Punk money. So let's see who's in my firing line. Don Frey, a former UFC fighter or legend, to be honest, we won't even be caring after this video, has joined the CM Punk money train and has shaded the new UFC star, saying that Punk has no chance of succeeding in the sport and that Punk being there cheapens the sport that people have worked hard in for 20 years. He also said by picking a perfect opponent for Punk, the show has cheapened to reality television. That's only some of the things he said. I don't want to read out his full statement because I don't want all that bullshit coming out of my mouth. I mean, imagine me having to clean that up afterwards. It would not be pleasant. Anyway, let's see. Just because Punk is from WWE or was from WWE This does not mean everything he fights in afterwards has to be suited down to the format of a reality show. And which kind of what UFC kind of is during to its coverage on One. And isn't picking perfect opponents for opposition being done in sport to death already? It just seems like that would be a natural thing. In essence, Mr. Fry, what you're saying that your sport was cheapened even before Punk came in. Not weighted, by the way. I just needed to check where I was at. Not weighted. Because people can enter sports if they wish. He didn't just got flung in there of someone else's volition. He decided to take it up, which is perfectly fine. Do you remember Mr. Fry, do you remember the days that people would doubt that you did well? That people said you were trash, and how you fought long and hard to prove them wrong? If so, you need to get a legitimate reality check. Because this is exactly what you are doing to CM Punk now, and it is disrespectful and rude. God. Just because a whole lineage of people are ganging up on this one person doesn't mean his fans are going to scatter, as I've said countless times beforehand. So, leave scare tactics to the TAC, please. Because they do it a hell of a lot better than you ever will. To be honest, this is kind of like high school, but adult style. Right. For once and for all, let's make this really simple. If you have negative views on Punk's time at the UFC, you are being judgmental, because you haven't given him a chance yet. He hasn't even had his first fight, for goodness sake. If you decide to sell out your views to a media source like WrestleZone for money, you are being a judgmental prick. And if you back up the haters' words by going onto this site and retweeting and Facebooking this thing all over your feed so that people can see you spreading this type of hate, you are honestly being a stand-by bully for agreeing and endorsing this kind of negative behaviour in adult life. And also as well being a prick. My gosh. When it comes to CM Punk's time in the UFC, can we all stop being pricks? Simple as that. Okay. That's essentially enough of that. So, I now have to move on to the reaction video that I'm going to film next of the new single by Courtney Act titled Ugly. I'm expecting a Sugar Babes cover, but I'm probably going to be disappointed. Anyway, I will head to prepare for that now, and for the time now, I'm signing off. And there's really nothing else left to say. Other than, bye guys, see ya.